Every single day, someone's phone rings. And on the other end is a voice that sounds perfectly official. It says your social security number has been compromised. It says your Medicare benefits are about to be suspended. It says you need to verify your information right now, or you'll lose everything. And here's the terrifying part. That voice might sound exactly like a real government worker. Because in 2026, it very well could be artificial intelligence doing the talking. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how these new AI-powered scam calls work, how to spot them every single time, and what to do if you've already picked up the phone. Let me paint you a picture. You're sitting at your kitchen table, maybe having your morning coffee, and the phone rings. The caller ID says Social Security Administration. The voice on the other end is calm, professional, and uses your full name. They tell you there's been suspicious activity linked to your Social Security number. They say your benefits could be frozen unless you confirm your identity immediately. Your heart starts pounding. You depend on that check every month. It pays for your groceries, your medications, your electric bill. So you listen, and that's exactly what they want. This is the new benefits update scam. And it's not your grandmother's phone scam anymore. These calls are powered by artificial intelligence that can clone real human voices, scrape your personal details from the internet, and create a conversation so convincing that even careful, intelligent people fall for it. The Federal Bureau of Investigation reported that vishing attacks, that's voice phishing, increased by 442% targeting Americans over 55. 442%. Let that sink in. Now here's what we're going to cover today. First, I'll explain how AI makes these scams different from anything we've seen before. Then I'll give you the exact red flags to watch for. After that, I'll walk you through a step-by-step protection plan you can start using today. And I'll finish with what to do if you think you've already been targeted. This is not about being afraid. This is about being prepared. Think of AI voice cloning like a photocopier for sound. Just like a photocopier can make a near-perfect copy of a document, AI technology can now make a near-perfect copy of someone's voice. All it needs is a short audio sample. We're talking about 3 seconds of audio from a voicemail, a social media video, or even a phone greeting. From that tiny sample, AI can generate whole conversations that sound exactly like the original person. That's how scammers can call you and sound like your grandson. That's how they can pretend to be a Medicare representative who sounds completely legitimate. But here's what nobody talks about. It's not just the voice that's gotten smarter. The entire scam operation has been upgraded. AI systems can now scrape data from your social media profiles, your public records, and even past data breaches. So when that fake Social Security agent calls you, they might already know your full name, your address, the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, and even the name of your doctor. They use this information to build trust before they ask for anything. That's what makes it so dangerous. It feels real because parts of it actually are real. Does this sound familiar? Have you gotten one of these calls? If you have, you are not alone. According to a Microsoft study conducted with the AARP, AI-enabled scams increased 20-fold between 2023 and 2025. That's not a typo. 20 times more AI scams in just 2 years. The New York Times reported in December 2025 that Medicare scammers were calling some seniors 50 times a day. 50 calls a day. And these aren't random robocalls with obvious recordings. These are sophisticated, personalized attempts to steal your money and your identity. And it gets worse. A report from the Tech Transparency Project found that 63 scam advertisers spent $49 million on more than 150,000 fraudulent ads on Facebook and Instagram in just 1 year. These ads targeted older Americans with fake videos of political figures, promising free stimulus checks and government benefits. One ad featured a deepfake video of a public official urging seniors to visit a website to claim a free $5,000 check. 6 of those scam accounts spent over $1 million each before they were finally shut down. So it's not just phone calls anymore. It's your social media feed, your email inbox, and even your text messages. Here's another scam that's gaining ground, and it's one of the most disturbing. It's called the digital arrest scam. You receive a video call from someone claiming to be law enforcement. They say you're under criminal investigation. Maybe they accuse you of money laundering or say drugs were found in a package addressed to you. Then they keep you on the video call for hours, sometimes days, transferring you from one fake official to another. They won't let you hang up. They threaten you with arrest if you disconnect. And the whole time, they pressure you to pay fines or settlements. This is psychological manipulation at its worst. And AI makes the fake officials look and sound terrifyingly real. But I want you to remember something important. No legitimate law enforcement agency will ever conduct an investigation through a video call. No real police officer will demand payment over the phone. If this happens to you, hang up immediately. You will not be arrested for hanging up the phone. That is a promise. Now let's flip this around. Let me show you exactly what these scammers do, so you can see through it every time. The anatomy of a benefits update scam follows a predictable pattern, and once you know the pattern, it loses all its power. Step 1, the caller creates authority. They claim to be from Social Security, Medicare, or the IRS. They might even spoof the real phone number, so your caller ID looks legitimate. Remember, caller ID can be faked just as easily as a voice. Step 2, they create urgency. They tell you your benefits are at risk, your account has been compromised, or there's been fraud detected. They want you to feel panicked, because panicked people don't think clearly. Step 3, they ask you to verify. They want your Social Security number, your Medicare number, your bank account details, or your date of birth. They might even say they're sending you a verification code and ask you to read it back. Step 4, if you hesitate, they escalate. They might threaten legal action. They might say you'll be arrested. They might transfer you to a fake supervisor. The whole thing is designed to keep you on the phone and keep you afraid. And this is where it gets really interesting. Here's the one thing that destroys this entire scam in about 5 seconds. No real government agency will ever call you and ask for your personal information over the phone. Period. Social Security will not call you to threaten suspension of your benefits. Medicare will not call you asking for your Medicare number. The IRS will not call you demanding immediate payment. If anyone does this, it is a scam. Every single time. Write that down. Put it on your refrigerator. Tell your friends. That one fact is your strongest shield. Let me give you a real example of how this plays out. Imagine 2 people get the same scam call on the same Tuesday morning. The first person is Margaret. She's 72 years old and lives alone. Her phone rings, and the caller says they're from the Social Security Administration. The AI voice is calm and professional. They tell Margaret her number was used in a crime in Texas, and they need to verify her full Social Security number to protect her account. Margaret is frightened. She gives them her number, her date of birth, and her bank account information to receive a refund. Within 48 hours, $6,000 is gone from her savings account. Now meet Robert. He's 68. He gets the exact same call. Same script, same AI voice, same urgency. But Robert remembers something he heard. Social Security never calls to ask for your number. So Robert says, I'm going to hang up and call Social Security directly. He hangs up, looks up the real number 1-800-7721213 and calls. The real Social Security Administration confirms there's no issue with his account. Robert saved himself $6,000 with a 5-second decision. Now let me tell you about a third scenario, because this one involves Medicare specifically. Susan is 75. She gets a call from someone saying they're from Medicare, and they tell her that Medicare is issuing new chip-enabled cards to replace the old paper ones. They say she needs to confirm her Medicare number and her bank account to process the new card. Susan thinks it sounds official. She gives them her information. Within 2 weeks, scammers have billed Medicare $23,000 for medical equipment and home health services that Susan never received. But the damage doesn't stop there. Those fake charges are now on her medical records. When she goes to her real doctor, her file shows conditions she doesn't have and treatments she never got. Her doctor is confused. Her care is compromised, and cleaning up medical identity theft can take months or even years. Here's what Susan needed to know. Medicare only issues paper cards. They never issue chip cards. And they will never call you asking for your Medicare number. If you need a replacement card, you request it yourself through Medicare.gov or by calling 1-800-633-42227. That's it. The difference between the people who lose money and the people who don't isn't intelligence. It isn't tech savviness. It's knowing a few simple facts and having a plan. That's what I want to give you today. A plan. Here's what I want you to do, starting right now. First, write down the official phone numbers for the agencies you deal with. Social Security is 1-800-772-1213. Medicare is 1-800-633-42227. Put these numbers on a card next to your phone. Second, create a family code word. Pick a word that only your family knows, something that isn't on social media, not a pet's name or a street name. If someone calls claiming to be a family member in trouble, ask for the code word. If they can't give it, hang up. Third, freeze your credit at all 3 bureaus. That's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. It's completely free, and it prevents anyone from opening accounts in your name. Fourth, set up a trusted contact on your financial accounts. Call your bank and your investment company and designate someone, a family member or friend, who they can contact if they suspect something unusual. Fifth, review your Medicare statements every quarter. Look for charges you don't recognize. Scammers sometimes use stolen Medicare numbers to bill for equipment and services you never received. This can actually corrupt your medical records and interfere with your real health care. Sixth, set your social media accounts to friends only. The less audio, video, and personal information scammers can find about you online, the harder it is for them to clone your voice or personalize their attacks. Seventh, adopt the 24-hour rule. If anyone asks you to make a financial decision immediately, wait 24 hours. A real emergency will still be an emergency tomorrow. A scam will collapse under the weight of a single day's patience. Eighth, talk to your family about this today. Share what you've learned. Make sure your children and grandchildren know about voice cloning. The more people who know, the fewer victims there will be. Ninth, report suspicious calls. Even if you didn't lose money, reporting helps authorities track these operations. Call the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov or the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ike3.gov. 10th, if you have a computer or smartphone, consider installing a call blocking app. Many phone companies now offer free scam call filtering. Ask your provider what options they have. Now I need to talk about the red flags specifically. Here are the warning signs that a call is almost certainly a scam. The caller asks for your social security number, Medicare number, or bank information. The caller threatens you with arrest, lawsuit, or benefit suspension. The caller demands payment through gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. The caller tells you not to tell anyone about the call. The caller creates extreme urgency, saying you must act right now. The caller asks you to read back a verification code they sent to your phone. The caller transfers you multiple times to different departments. The caller knows some of your personal details and uses them to build trust. The caller ID shows a government agency number, but remember, this can be spoofed. And finally, the call just feels wrong. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Here are 3 things you can say that end a scam call immediately. First, I don't give personal information over the phone. I'll call the agency directly. Second, I need to check with my family before making any decisions. Third, please send me this information in writing through the mail. A real government agency will respect all 3 of these responses. A scammer will push back, escalate, or hang up. Either way, you win. If you've already shared information with a suspicious caller, here's what to do right away. First, call your bank immediately and alert them. They can freeze your accounts and flag suspicious transactions. Second, freeze your credit at all 3 bureaus to prevent new accounts from being opened. Third, report it to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Fourth, if it involved Social Security, call the SSA Office of Inspector General at 1-800-269-0271. Fifth, contact Adult Protective Services through the Eldercare Locator at 1-800-677-1116. The faster you act, the better your chances of limiting the damage. Here are the 3 things I want you to remember from everything we've talked about today. Number 1, no real government agency will ever call you and ask for personal information or threaten your benefits over the phone. Number 2, if you get a suspicious call, hang up and call the official number yourself. Number 3, create a family code word and a 24-hour rule for any financial decision made under pressure. Now, this next part is for the sons and daughters, the grandchildren, the caregivers, and the friends who watch out for the seniors in their lives. First, have the conversation, but do it with respect. Don't say, "You need to be more careful." Instead, say, "I just learned about these new AI scam calls, and I wanted to share what I found so we can both be prepared." Make it about learning together, not about protecting someone who can't protect themselves. Second, help set up the safeguards. Offer to sit down together and freeze their credit, set up a trusted contact at the bank, and program the official agency numbers into their phone. Make it easy and collaborative. Third, check in regularly. A quick phone call once a week can make a huge difference. Scammers target people who are isolated. Just knowing someone cares and is paying attention can be the strongest defense of all. Here are 3 questions you can ask. Have you gotten any unusual phone calls lately? Would you like me to help you set up some scam protections on your accounts? Can we pick a family code word together, just in case? And please, do not shame anyone who has been scammed. These criminals are professionals. They spend millions of dollars perfecting their techniques. Being scammed is not a sign of weakness or stupidity. It's a sign that a very sophisticated criminal targeted you. And do not rush to take over someone's finances. Autonomy matters. The goal is to support, not to control. Let me repeat those 3 key takeaways one more time, because they matter. Number 1, no real government agency will ever call you and ask for personal information or threaten your benefits over the phone. Number 2, if you get a suspicious call, hang up and call the official number yourself. Number 3, create a family code word and a 24-hour rule for any financial decision made under pressure. I also want to mention something the government is doing about this. In December 2025, Senators Klobuchar and Capito proposed the Artificial Intelligence Scam Prevention Act. If passed, this law would make it a federal crime to impersonate someone using AI-generated voices or videos. The FCC has already ruled that AI-generated voice calls are illegal robocalls under federal law. And FINRA, which regulates investment firms, proposed new rules to help brokerages fight senior financial exploitation. These are steps in the right direction, but legislation takes time. Your best protection right now is your own awareness and the practical steps we just covered. Here's the core idea I want you to carry with you. The most powerful weapon against AI scams isn't technology. It's a 5-second pause. When the phone rings and someone creates urgency, your best defense is to stop, breathe, and hang up. Then call the real number. That pause is worth more than any app, any filter, any software. It costs nothing and it works every time. Share this with someone you love. Save it. Come back to it. And if you're not sure whether a call is real, it probably isn't. Talk to a licensed financial advisor or your local area agency on aging for personalized guidance. This is general financial education, not personal financial advice. But knowledge is protection. And today, you just got a whole lot more protected. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and stay safe out there.